you'll please rise for the pledge and remain standing for the invocation. Reverend Nelson. Thank you. Mr. Mizzi, if you'll take the roll, please.
All right. Thank you, Mayor. Councilman Wurtzbacher.
Present.
Councilman Lloyd.
Here.
Councilman Schlack.
Present.
Councilman Barr.
Here.
Councilman Valerius.
Here.
Councilwoman Nick.
Here.
And Treasurer Estheimer.
Present.
And Mayor McLeod.
Here.
We have a quorum, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. May I have a motion to correct and approve tonight's agenda?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Valerius.
Second.
Second by Mr. Barr. We do have a slight correction. To Resolution 2, the account number that is shown should end in 4 rather than 5. And the same holds true for the accompanying memo. Do the original motion takers approve of that? Support that? Thank you. May I have a vote? All in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from the June 24th meeting?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Valerius.
Second.
Second by Mr. Wurtzbacher. Any corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Move on to organizational business. Tonight I will start out with a proclamation. In recognition of Fred A. Zuppa, whereas Fred Zuppa will be honored by family and friends on July 13th in celebration of his 100th birthday on July 2, and whereas he was born on July 2, 1925 in Fairmont, West Virginia, and has been a resident of Allen Park since 1949, when he and his beloved wife of 68 years, Ida, purchased their first home here. And whereas Fred and Ida were blessed with 3 daughters, 6 grandchildren, and a number of great-grandchildren, and in addition to being a husband and father, he served his country during World War II as a ship's barber in the Navy. And whereas following his service in the Navy, Fred opened Fred's Barber Shop on Ecorse Road, who many a former customer still remembers. And whereas it is appropriate to publicly recognize Mr. Zuppa for his service to his country and also congratulate him on the occasion of his 100th birthday. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Gail McLeod, on behalf of the City of Allen Park and all of its elected officials, do hereby deem it an honor and pleasure to recognize and congratulate Fred Zuppa on reaching 100 years of age, wish him the very best in the coming year, and thank him for his service. In witness whereof, I do hereby set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Allen Park, Michigan, be affixed this 8th day of July, 2025. Now, unfortunately, he chose not to come this evening. He doesn't like getting out into crowds, but he is a delightful man, and I had the pleasure of meeting him last year, and I'm sure he's going to be with us for many, many years to come. He's also an avid reader and very well known at our public library, so if you happen to bump into him, wish him well. Our second order of business is a memo to appoint certain commission members. I am recommending the following commission appointments for your approval. To the Beautification Commission, Andrew Ballas to fill an unexpired term. His term will end on December 31st, 2025. On the Housing Commission, Ken Wojciak to fill an unexpired term. His term will end on December 31, 2025. May I have a motion, please? Motion by Mr. Lloyd. Second by Mr. Barr. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried, and I believe that Mr. Ballas is here and ready to be sworn in. If you'll step up, please.
All right, I'm not going to make you repeat after me. Just at the end, say I swear, I do, or I affirm, whatever you feel most comfortable. Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and that you will endeavor to secure and maintain an honest and efficient administration of the affairs of the city of Allen Park, free from partisan distinction or control, and that you will perform the duties of Beautification Commissioner to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
You just sign the sheet. Also, thank you very much for your commitment.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We will now move on to the treasurer's report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Hope everyone had a pleasant 4th of July. We sent our tax bills out on the 1st, and most received them by Thursday. That was the real busy day for us at the treasurer's office. So I just wanted to thank everybody that came in and was calm and cool and collected and treated our cashiers with respect. We appreciate that. If you ever have any issues, don't hesitate to ask to speak with myself or our finance director. We're both there to help you in case you have any issues that you need to talk about. This tax bill, compared to our last several tax bills, at least the last two, was relatively smaller. If you had a PRE or a homestead, it was less than 3%. In most cases, about $100 more for the summer taxes. So comparatively, in the past, it's been 5%, which is the max that we can go on taxes according to the state of Michigan. Basically, your home value, your taxes are based on your home value on the rate of inflation, whichever is 5% or whichever is less than 5%, I should say. So in some years, we would have been over 5%, but thanks to the Proposal A and the Headley Amendment, we were able to keep that at 5% for our residents. But this year, even though summer taxes are a big tax to most of our residents, it was something that was a little bit more digestible, being only about $100 more in most cases. If you're renting a home or it's some type of investment property, those taxes are a little higher. It's the best rate is for a PRE or the homestead. So if you're not sure what that means, feel free to call our city assessor, or you can call me. I'm happy to discuss that with you. Thanks also for all the calls. I've received a record amount of calls in the office and emails in regards to these taxes. I'm happy to discuss them with you. I've had some pretty interesting conversations with people that that weren't even, many of them new home buyers, but some of them that weren't sure the frequency of how taxes went out and that type of thing. So I'm happy to share some of my knowledge that I've learned over the past year and a half with you, and I thank you for your calls and your emails. Please keep them coming. It's much more easy for me to explain these things to you and give you an answer, even though it may not be one that you want to hear, rather than posting something on a social media site just complaining about it. I'm happy to talk to you and happy to explain it to you, and I think that is easier for everybody. And with that, I just wanted to say one last thing. This is our returned letters, and this was just from today. So we send tax bills out to every resident to the number on file. So sometimes it may not be their home address, maybe they're renting the home and it's going to a different address. But we will only send the one tax bill out. So if you did not receive a tax bill, you can either call our office. I can email you a copy. You can come in and we can print you a copy. Or you can go to the BSNA online website. So that's just capital B, S, the and symbol, and A. And then just follow the prompts from there. And you'll just have to choose your city and then put in your address. And once your address is on the screen, you'll just go to the second tab, which says taxes. and that is going to be where your property taxes are. So, and then from there, you can write a check, you can call in with a fee and pay via credit card, or you can print that out and bring that down to our office, and we'll be able to take care of you if you wanted to pay cash or check. Lastly, if you wanted to, if your hours are where you want to drop off a check, but we're not in the office, we do have a secure drop box, but please only put checks in that drop box, no cash, obviously. Even though it's secured here in the police parking lot, it's still, we would prefer if you only put checks in that drop box. And that's all I have, unless any of you have any questions.
Any questions? I'm amazed at the number that got returned.
That's just from today. So we got about a little bit more yesterday, but it'll start to slow down. But these folks just aren't getting their tax bill, and then they're the ones that have a problem on, September 1st, wondering why they have a late fee. So I just want to, I know I'm not reaching a whole lot of people here, but the people I am reaching, hopefully you let your neighbors know and your family know, the information I'm providing. It would be great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do they get another tax bill after September 1st? Does something go out to let them know that they?
No, that's the point of it, is we only send one tax bill, and you're responsible for that tax bill whether you receive it or not. You could always say, I never got it. It never came to me in the mail. So on the back of the tax bill itself, there's a lot of very important and great information that our staff helped put on the back of these bills. But most of the questions that people call and ask me, it's actually on the back of your tax bill. There's a lot of great information on there, information about ACH, for instance, check processing, delinquent taxes, when the last day is, summer deferment. There's a lot of great information on the back of that tax bill. We try to utilize that space with just important information, such as my name. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So yeah, refer to the back of that tax bill. Great information.
Tim, how do we collect the money then for those taxes?
How do we collect the money?
Yeah. If they go out
Oh.
and they're not paying, how do we get that money?
Well, if these folks don't pay their taxes, they have until August 31st to pay it without penalty. So September 1st, there'll be a 1% penalty added to each tax bill on the first of each month. And as of March 1st, all those tax bills that aren't paid in the city get turned over to Wayne County for collections. Wayne County cuts us a check and makes us whole for that, and then they take care of the collection process on their point. And in some cases, they have to, unfortunately, some people that don't pay their taxes after 3 years, their home will get sold. So that's a point where, we really, nobody, not even the county, wants to see that. We really want to make sure people don't lose their homes. In fact, if you follow my social media, I did post an Ask the Treasurer segment coming up from our Wayne County Treasurer, and I would encourage you to watch that. Or if you have any questions, it's a participation Zoom that you can click on and ask questions to the Wayne County Treasurer. If you have any questions about if you're in that situation where you owe the county money, they're available and they can answer questions. You can ask the treasurer directly any question you need. Very responsive.
Yeah, they've had a big push repeatedly to prevent foreclosures.
Yes.
And come up with all kinds of programs and things.
Nobody wants to see anybody lose their home.
If there's no further questions, we'll move on to the city administrator's operational report.
Good evening. Due to some weather delays and other delays, the concrete pour for the 3 blocks of Manor that was supposed to be done last week will not be done till this Wednesday, starting, weather permitting. Heard we're supposed to get rain, so cross your fingers. The driveway approaches will also be installed 2 to 3 days after that road has been poured to get the residents into their driveways again. Street sectional work on Cortland is about wrapped up. Marquise is complete on the south side. Removal of the other side will start this week. Locations on Belmont, Jonas, and Angelique will begin sometime within the next 3 weeks, weather permitting. The water main replacement project for Hanover, Euclid, and O'Connor is tentatively scheduled for August, waiting on the last of the permits from Eagle from the state of Michigan. The Ellen Park Ice Arena will be hosting the U.S. Inline Hockey Tournament in conjunction with the city of Taylor from July 23rd through the 31st. There will be 12 games every day over the 9 days with over 360 teams ranging from 8 years old to semi-pro hockey players. Come see this spectacular event. Please do come see if you want to see something exciting. The Historical Commission and Beautification Commission will be managing the parking lot at the old theater site during the Allen Park Street Fair. The fee collected for parking will go to the Historical Museum and the Beautification Commission. Police Chief Feltz had 4 new officers start on Monday, this week. The new officers fill all the recent retirement spots that were left open. Dalton Bachman's 5-year anniversary in the Water Department is this month. And don't forget that the Allen Park Street Fair takes place on Friday, August 1st and Saturday, August 2nd. Thank you.
Thank you. May I have a motion to accept and file the administrator's report?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Schlack,
Second.
second by Mr. Wurzbacher. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. We come to public comments. You have 5 minutes to speak. All we ask is that you give us your name and the street on which you live. Please do not give us your full address, and also keep your comments civil.
Good evening, Council and Mayor. Not on. Okay.
Do you have your name and the street, please?
My name is Mary Martinez. I live on Stoner Street in River Rouge. I want to share with you guys 2 topics I'm very passionate about. The first is Motor City Heroes. Motor City Heroes gives 25% of real estate commission back to our local heroes like police, fire, and nurses and veterans when they buy or sell a home. We want to help our local community heroes with home ownership. This is a perfect opportunity to show appreciation by giving them 25% of any commission we receive on a transaction, which ends up being significant savings. Check out MotorCityHeroes.com for more info. I would also like to announce that I have published a young readers chapter book, A Venture Abroad with the McComas Siblings, that is now out on Amazon. Follow Mary and Michael across the Atlantic Ocean on an adventure to Paris, France, to study abroad. You can read about the exciting twists and turns around every corner while learning to use key principles, honesty, courage, perseverance, and consistency in your own pursuits to help young readers attain success in any aspect of their life. A Venture Abroad with the McComas Siblings is now out on Amazon. Please support your local author and purchase my book. I would also like to ask Mayor and Council if I can put a flyer somewhere in City Hall by the treasurer or wherever City Council would be comfortable, if that's allowed. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, City Council, Mayor Ray McGusson-Quant. I noticed going down there by Thunderbolt, it looked like Wayne County's been in that area cleaning up the Ecorse Creek. That was one of Bob Turner's, and Bob, they finally did it. That was one of his biggest peeves. It looks good. It looks like it really allows the water to get through that area really, really well. So I'm going to ask a question. I live on Quant, close to Midway. The Kilfoyle drain's right there. If you take a little walk over in that area, it's hard to see now because it's nice and green and the trees are full. But get there in the fall or in the spring, and you're going to notice there's hundreds, and I'm not even pushing it, hundreds of trees in there that are dead, been dead, that are laying on top of trees, on top of each other. And many years ago, and I hate to say it because I looked it up, about 19 years ago, I brought it up, that guard that goes along that creek is on the ground in many areas. So I'd like you guys to look into the possibility of getting that guard put back up and replaced, and find out how those trees are going to get in there and get them removed. Approximately 5 years ago, someone from Wayne County came in there And on the south side of that creek, you can go and even take a look at them. They came in, they cut the damn trees down, and they dropped them right into the creek. Now, you can go over there and you can see them. You can see them in the ground. You can see them all over. You can see them in the water. And you can see where they actually cut them down because the stumps are still there. So all I'm asking now is, if they're working over the E-course part, E-course Creek, what about the Kilfoyle drain area? Now, I'm just going to say you have to go take a look at it. You have to look at it when all this vegetation is gone, and you're going to be amazed. Amount of trees, and actually a lot of them, they're leaning across the barrier, some of them, and the city will tell you, and Tom would say it, they had to send people over there to cut them, to get them off the side, but they're still laying around. So I'm very concerned. I had a couple of my older neighbors ask me. They says, "Hey, Ray, we see you at the city council. How about you going there?" And I say, "I will." And I also want to tell you something else. I've been going to Tim's restaurant over here, and I will push them because they are very good. They treat you well, and the cost is still way down, and they give you enough I can eat for 3 days, okay? Because I get a box right away. A number of people have come up and says, "Thank you, city, for giving them us 5 minutes." So with that, you have a great day. Thank you very much. You know, stay warm. Actually, stay real cool because, boy, this was pretty nasty the last couple of days. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ray.
Hi, Mary Jane Kittle, Hanford Street. With all due respect to the chief, I disagree with his decision on the canine dog. He didn't really give any true reasons. I would love to know what that little bit of money he's going to take and what he actually believes it should go to. The total cost, if it's $35 an hour average for a police officer, 12 hours for the year, is $10,920. The total cost for the care of the dog is $3,500. You're looking at a lousy $14,400 that you're saving a year. You talk about a traffic stop. You're not allowed to have joints in your car. If you do a traffic stop, you find the joint, you can arrest them. Why are we not doing that? You can also search further for more drugs. Why are we not searching the schools periodically? Are we that perfect that both Melvindale and Allen Park don't have any drug problems at all? You can get revenue and use the dog for that. The dog also doesn't just need to be a drug dog. You could have it trained for something else. I'm really sorry, but with the high traffic that comes down Southfield now and increasing, I'd like to know how the other officers feel. Were they even talked to about it? Whether they still wanted to keep the program? Whether they support the program? There's a lot of vagueness in this. I also talked to somebody, because I knew that this was a question happening in the city, at the DOJ. They're gathering information to present so that I can present it to you on the cons and the pros of having a canine dog. I'm asking you to not get rid of the program. We've had it for 30 years. We didn't have it because it's a program that's not needed. It's obviously needed. I, as a resident, would greatly appreciate it. What happened last year with the poor people who got attacked in the house and went over the Dearborn? What happened if they stayed here and they had to track that person? We'd have no dog to track them. We'd have to wait for another city to bring a dog over. We're not asking for a lot. We're asking for our safety. And I believe as a resident, we need a canine dog. And I ask you to please, please look into this further and do further discussions and further pros and cons, and then come back and discuss the matter. This is very important. Once something's gone, it's hard to get it back. There's money out there to be used if it would only go after it. Same with a lot of things in the city, but we just need to go after it. I'm willing to help you. You just have to ask. Thank you.
There's no one else coming up. We'll close public comments and move on to tonight's consent agenda, which consists of claims and accounts and the payroll report. Motion, please.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Valerius.
Second.
Second by Mr. Barr. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We'll pay our bills. Resolutions. Resolution 1 is to approve the street closure of Allen Road from Southfield to Roosevelt for the DDA Classic Car Show on Thursday, September 4th, from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. This was rescheduled due to the previous date being canceled due to weather conditions. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Barr. Second by Ms. Nick. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Resolution 2 is to approve the Parks and Recreation Department purchase of 2 Exmark zero-turn mowers from Weingarts in the amount of $28,898 with funds from account 401-000-985004, which is Recreation Capital. And as the clerk indicated, there is no economic advantage to bidding this out because it's going through Sourcewell. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wurtzbacher.
Second.
Second by Mr. Barr. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 3, to approve the police department's purchase of an L-Scan 500 scanning system in the amount of $10,015 with funds from account 101-301-935-000 and reimbursement through the Byrne Grant. Motion, please.
Motion, Mayor.
Motion by Mr. Lloyd.
Second.
Second by,
Go.
all right, Mr. Wurtzbacher. Any comments or questions?
Chair, we
Yes.
just get an explanation.
Yes.
Good evening again, Mayor and Council. Yes, this is a live scan machine. Our previous one, or the one we currently use, is 25 years old, give or take. I know it came in before I got here. And it's at the end of its life cycle. It's no longer warranted, so after October, if it's to die, then we'll have to go outside the department to fingerprint anyone that comes in, prisoners or applicants for jobs. So, though it's running right now, if it was to break tomorrow, or December 1st, October 1st actually, we would have to, go ask another department to use theirs. So I priced through ID Networks, the company we've been using in all the other jurisdiction, and it's recommended through the state to use ID Networks, their live scan 500 palm scanner. It also comes with a Windows computer and the training to go with it at that price. That's why we're pricing it out. I didn't want it to fall off a warranty and have a product that we must have with, nothing there.
I have a question. So you're saying we're replacing a similar machine?
Yes.
Okay. I found it I wasn't aware of that, and I looked it up, and it's an inkless electronic method of fingerprinting. Scanned digitally and transmitted electronically to relevant agencies, so it goes to other agencies also, right? It can be communicated
It
and shared.
basically communicates with, LEAN, Law Enforcement
Right.
Information Networks. It does CCHs, criminal histories. Anybody who's fingerprinted, it'll come back with their NCIC hit, basically telling us if they have warrants, what's on their criminal history.
Interesting.
It's nice, because when I came in, we actually used ink, and it took a while before you knew if you had a real bad person or not, but
Now you know, right away.
now you know, before you walk out the door, we know who they are and if they can walk out.
Question.
Yes.
What's the turnaround time?
I haven't even sought that out just because I didn't want to put the horse in front of the carriage. But I believe it, talking to a couple other agencies, it took a couple months. So I'm within the window. Yeah,
Thank you.
you will.
Not like the trucks we buy there,
Yeah.
12, 15 months down the road. Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Opposed? Resolution is approved.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to elected officials' comments, and tonight we'll start with Mr. Estheimer.
Thank you. Just real quick, somebody texted me and said it, that I may have been a little confusing regarding the Headley Amendment. So just real quick, the general property tax dictates how we collect taxes in the state of Michigan. Thanks to Proposal A in the Headley Amendment, your taxable value is only allowed to increase by the rate of inflation or 5%, whichever is less. I may have bumbled that a little bit the last time I spoke. That's all I have. Have a good night.
Thank you. Mr. Mizzi.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. God bless you and good night.
Okay, Mr. Barr.
Just want to say, hope everybody had a good holiday Independence Day weekend. I was getting back into town and had a lot of fun. Also, want to congratulate Mr. Bachman on his work anniversary of 5 years. Thank you, Ms. Martinez and Mr. McGusson. I'll definitely look into it and see what the Wayne County says. Ms. Kittle, thank you for coming up. It helps. Other than that, have a great week.
Thank you. Mr. Schlack.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be quick. I want to congratulate the new commissioners. Andrew, that's present. I'll be your liaison for beautification, so I look forward to building a relationship with you. I also want to thank our city workers, definitely, and to all our citizens to stay cool as much as possible. And I do want to give a quick moment of silence for the victims in Texas, because that's been on my mind since I've been hearing about it. It's just been tearing me apart, especially, two small boys, so anything even remotely related to the death of small children, not necessarily, just irks me the wrong way, so if we could. Thank you. If that yield.
Thank you. Mr. Lloyd.
Just thanks to our new commissioners for, it's, as we've said many times from up here, it's vital work. I'm pretty sure, Andrew, I had you in senior English class. If I'm correct. And it's still, your final presentation for your Genius Hour still sticks in my head. I think about it all the time. So I know he'll do a great job. It's really important. And just with that, with commissioners coming to your meetings, following them on online, post on YouTube. I know, Treasurer Estheimer noted that, gets a small audience, but it's really important information. So however you're involved, if it's being in commissions, it's coming to meetings, getting up and speaking, it's just hugely important to have your elected officials hear your voice and have an active role in your community. So thank you for everybody that does that. It's greatly appreciated. And with that, I yield.
Thank you. Mr. Wurtzbacher.
Thank you, everybody, for coming up. Ray and Mary Jane. Andrew Ballas. Andrew is also on the board of the APCCF. Andrew is what I would deem to be a shining star in the horizon of the future of Allen Park, along with a couple others that we have in the organization. And Andrew welcomes and embraces and runs to taking on tasks and responsibilities. Andrew's going to be coordinating the beer tent that the APCCF will be operating during both days of the Made in Michigan. So Andrew will be the coordinator for that. He also played a key role in the Taste of Allen Park event that we recently had. I think getting involved in the community is part of the DNA, because I see his mother. She helped out last year at the Made in Michigan and also with the Taste of Allen Park. So we have quite a tag team there. And welcome to the commissions, okay? Last thing I have to say, thank God the fireworks are done, I hope. And with that, I yield.
Thank you. Ms. Nick?
Okay, so while talking about 4th of July, I know it was a really busy holiday, and so I want to thank the fire and the police department because I know how busy they were these past few days, so thank you for all your hard work. Fred Zuppa, I remember you when I worked at Parks and Recs coming in, getting ready for the foot doctor. He would run in and get everything set up for him, and then we would talk a little bit, and he would tell me the reason that he is living so long is because he takes a little bit of red wine with his meals. And it has to be red, don't use the white, he would say, Nancy. So I'm like, okay, so happy birthday, Fred, for 100 years. Omar, he's going into middle school, and he has completed his 500 books that he read before he goes to middle school, so congratulations to you, Omar. And then the street fair is looking for volunteers to work the information booth. So if you're interested, just go on their website, and there's a sign-up right there of times. I think it's 2-hour intervals, so if you have the time, come on down. We will have information there at the booth this year so that you will be able to help direct guests that come. And then also, I want to thank Kyle Carr. I think, and Rob, correct me if I'm wrong, he worked really hard on that contract for the inline hockey tournament. And so I want to congratulate him on that. Bringing that to Allen Park is going to bring a lot of people here. There's 360 teams, I believe, coming. That means a lot for our businesses. So I know he's not here tonight, but thank you, Kyle, for that. And with that, everybody have a good night.
Thank you. And Mr. Valerius?
I just want to thank everyone for coming out and would like to wish my wife an early happy 31st wedding anniversary tomorrow. And with that, I yield.
Thank you. And along with the fact that Mr. Valerius can never forget his anniversary because it's also his birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday, Matthew. I don't have too much to say. Actually, I thought that the fireworks this year were not as intrusive as they have been in past years, although a lot of them were a lot louder. But it didn't seem to be as many evenings. I think more people were adhering to the time parameters, at least in my area. The only, very happy to have the 4 officers and the ones that are going to training, and I think at our next council meeting, we will be privileged to meet those officers and have their official swearing in here at City Council, so we should all be prepped for that. The only other thing I would mention is that I had a strange telephone call from someone who was running for office. Unfortunately, it was a voicemail that was left on my private cell phone. Somebody apparently was recommending me as someone that they should talk to in the city of Allen Park. I did get back to the individual and indicated that that's not my thing, and I don't get involved in politics. But the only thing I found to be rather disconcerting is that somebody felt it was okay to give my private cell number to somebody who was running for office, and just like to communicate that I really didn't appreciate that. But other than that, good luck. I wish the gentleman good luck, and the more who run for office, the better I think we will be to have choices to be made. And for the rest of you, please stay cool, stay hydrated, don't overdo, because we don't want to have our fire department making major emergency runs for heat stroke. So with the rest of that, enjoy the next week and step up and volunteer for some of our events. And with that, I will ask for a motion to adjourn. Motion by Mr. Valerius. Second by Mr. Barr. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. We are adjourned at 6:39.